5 of Who the Fuck Did I Become Friends With? This part's going to move a little bit faster because now I'm going to show a bunch of screenshots and speak about why I felt the need to even make a response video in the first place to her anonymous story time where she didn't include my name.
This is the part 2 of the video I posted previously. So if you haven't watched part 1, go catch it up. If you really want to get the full story about the drama that is going on between these two influencers, which I can't pronounce their name, but if you watch part 1, you know. So this is the part 2, and let's get into it. Hey beautiful people, how you are doing today? It's your girl Destiny, and welcome to my channel. I hope you guys are doing great. So like I said, this is the part 2, and in this part she went on. I don't know why I can pronounce her name. Is Chen something. I can't pronounce her name, guys, so pardon me. So she went on to come with more receipts and why she decided to respond, and has done multiple parts on the series to counter everything her friend said, to call what her ex-friend was a liar, and she was the one stalking her. It was the other way around. The other one was stalking her. She came up with a lot of receipts, proof, and all that. And yeah, let's go check it out and we'll get into it. Okay.
Part 5 of Who the Fuck Did I Become Friends With? This part's going to move a little bit faster because now I'm going to show a bunch of screenshots and speak about why I felt the need to even make a response video in the first place to her anonymous story time where she didn't include my name. When asked about if her video were about certain people, these were her responses. Is this about Tana? No. Is this about the girl that looked like you? Gabella? Nah. Did her name rhyme with Crook Snowfield? I don't know why people keep bringing Brooke up, but I've never met her in my life. So she's obviously telling people, no, it's not about these people. Now let's see what happens when my name is brought up. Who is it? I think she has me blocked in the comments, or her name blocked in the comments, so her name's sort of spelled like Chandelier. Immediately knew it was Chandler by the contacts. Not once does she address these people to say, no, it's not about her. And because of that, people were commenting on my page saying that I was a stalker, that I was crazy, that I was a liar, that I was a thief, blase, blase. That is the reason why I decided to reach out to her personally about, this video. I'm like, this isn't about me. I watched it. It doesn't add up. It couldn't be about me. Keep in mind, y'all are kind of on the benefit of the doubt type of vibe with her right now, but I have dealt with this girl for almost 10 years. I know she never has good intentions. So of course, when I messaged her, it wasn't the nicest of messages, but I knew what was going on here, and I was right in the end. So I unblocked her and I sent her a message that said, I suggest you either clarify that your TikTok about a stalker friend isn't about me, or I will come out of retirement to make an entire YouTube video about the shit you did, including how you did the same thing to Daisy. The fact you're leaving up comments that make it seem like the video is about me and responding to people who are alluding to that is actually delusional and psycho. You need real help. If anyone stalked anyone, it was you. So either your video is about someone else and you need to clarify that, or you lied in the TikTok, which wouldn't be far-fetched from your character. I'm pregnant and don't have the patience nor want for your monitoring spirit to keep popping up in my life every few years. It's weird and deluded. Like we've already seen, she announced in the second video that the first video, the anonymous one, was about me. Shock. I didn't know that. You guys, I'm telling you, once you get to know someone over 10 years of them harassing you, you realize what someone's true intentions are. So yes, they can write things nicely and say they were just trying to be helpful and be a friend, when you know all along none of that was ever true. I knew from the beginning, the moment I saw my name in the comments and she wasn't telling people that it wasn't me, that she was trying to make this video be about me with lies. That's crazy. With that being said, let's read a few other comments that she responded to. Someone writes, I low-key forgot about her. She responds, me too. The second I made a TikTok account, she blocked me. I blocked you. Does that not make sense in your head as to why I would block you? And somehow you got blocked and thought 10 years later, let me still make a story time about her? If I'm a monitoring spirit, as you like to say I am, or I'm trying to copy you, why would I block your accounts? Why would I not want to see what you're posting? What sense does that make? Also, how do you know I blocked you on TikTok unless you looked me up? Unless you tried to search me to find my page? How would you know I blocked you on TikTok? Because the way that TikTok works is it only recommends people's videos to you if you're not blocked. Your video got recommended to me one day. I saw it and I instantly blocked. That's what I do with all the people in my life that I don't mess with, that I don't care to see their stuff on my For You page. As soon as I see it, I block them. So how did you know I blocked you. They go on to say some people just don't change. And she responds, first you want to wear my face like a mask, now I'm the problem. 10 years later, it sounds like you still have beef, even though you captioned this video, no beef, just a story time. That looks like a very mean comment to me if I say so myself. Someone else comments, girl, she was trying to destiny swap. And she responds, 2 people saying this has me scared. Someone else says, I'm glad she no longer has access to you. That's scary. Stay safe. She responds, she lives very far away now. I'm so happy. I live very far away, which again is why I thought this girl was talking about me. What's really going on here, girl? You know I live far away. You know where I live. You're keeping up. I just moved here 3 years ago. We have not spoken in 3 years. You're keeping up with my life like that? Another comment mentioning my name. Oh, Chandler Alexis Chandelier has posted a video and she swears it isn't her. I'm blocked, so I'm not going to watch. This is proof that you responded to a comment letting someone know that you were talking about me once again. And you're openly admitting again that I have you blocked. So mind you, my first response video to this was a video of like confusion of like, this couldn't be about me, guys. Like, it's not about me. If she's trying to say it's about me, it's a lie. And I've already broken down to you guys basically what was said in that first video by explaining myself in these parts. But the only thing I didn't mention is that in my response video, I say, how can I be a stalker and follow her to a country that I've never been to, Morocco? How could I follow her? When in fact, when I moved to the UK in 2018, end of 2018 to 2019, but she messaged me in 2019, this girl asked me where she should live in London. How do you make a video about me 10 years later saying I'm a monitoring spirit, I'm a crazy ex-best friend, basically alluding that I'm a horrible person, but 2 years after falling out with me, you want to ask me where you should live in the country that I have moved to? She then tries to comment with people saying like it was her idea to move to London and I stole her idea. That couldn't be further from the truth. I have a video on my YouTube channel where I was literally talking about my mindset and debating on living either in the UK or Spain, 2 places I had been to at the time. Actually, I think those were the only 2 places I had been to at the time out of the country, that I liked both of them and I was willing to move to either for a new environment, a new change, because I was tired of LA. I'm born and raised in LA, lived there my whole life, so I wanted something new. The end of 2018, I moved to the UK. Me and this girl fell out beginning of 2017. So a whole year, almost 2 years later, I moved to the UK. If you're so stuck on the fact that this was your idea, why didn't you do it sooner? Once again, I never had this girl in mind about where I was going to live the next chapter of my life. We had not spoken. Why would I be thinking of you? I do wonder why she doesn't mention that while I was living in London, only a few months until I was with my ex at the time, the music artist one. So this is the beginning of me living in London. Her and Daisy flew out to London only a few months after I had been there. How can I follow you to a country that I was already in? On top of that, you decided to fly to the country I was in with one of my ex-best friends. And how do I know that this happened? Because y'all messaged me, once again, being messy, talking about you guys should have a meetup when everyone knew that we had beef, we had problems, you know, like we were not friends, but y'all think you're funny, so. Part 6 of Who the Fuck Did I Become Friends With? We're gonna now react to her second video that she makes where she does admit that her first video was about me.
So the girl that I called a monitoring spirit in a story time a couple weeks ago made a response video.
She is talking about me. Not only does she admit it in her video, but in the comments, she responds to comments with my name, admitting she's talking about me.
So 1, she claims that I tried to go after one of her exes.
She says that I said she tried to go after one of my exes. I never said that, but she's really good at taking things that people say and twisting their words. When me and my ex-boyfriend broke up, she also went and befriended him on social media. I said she befriended one of my exes and was on Twitter kiki kaka hihi ha with them on Twitter. It took as little as a simple search of their usernames on Twitter. You guys can all go do this for yourselves. Those at home who want to try this little experiment, go ahead. And this is what pops up. I've obviously scratched out his name because I really, like, y'all, when I don't fuck with people, I don't want nothing to do with them. I don't even want their name on my page. I don't even want her name on my page, but obviously it's needed for proof. But y'all can look up his name and see that the profile picture is the same. It's him, it's her. He's there responding to her message. When I click on replying to, which it says replying to, which means she wrote the first message, you can't see the original message because it's deleted. I wonder why. Someone's trying to do some damage control over here right now, huh?
Oh, I don't know who the fuck I tried to go after. I did not go after I did not fly to Spain to go after the guy that you try to bring from there. And I damn well did not go to London to try to date the guy that you try to bring from over there as well.
Now, I did say she did go after a guy I had a fling with, which I already stated his name was Io. I'm sure that one of you guys can do a deep dive search and prove that this is true. Or we can ask her. Does she want to clarify? Does she want to admit or deny? Also just mentioned my entire dating history. For someone who doesn't keep tabs on me, how do you know all of my exes? Because my Spain ex happened after me and you were no longer friends. Timeline, please. Me and her fell out in 2017. Me and Spain ex didn't meet until after I was no longer friends with her. She then mentions the UK guy I tried to bring back. First of all, he never tried to move to the US, but that UK guy is my child's dad. How do you know that? Once again, when me and you were not friends, I met him in 2019. Not only does she mention my exes, she mentions what countries they are from. How do you know this much information about my life? A few people caught on to this. So someone commented on her video saying, "You proved her point in the first few sentences. That's all I needed to know." She responds, "Girl, what? She's trying to make me seem like some stalker when I haven't kept up with her in 4 years when we're blocked. No point was proven. Yet you just mentioned my entire dating history while being blocked. How does someone do that?" A different person responds, "How do you know every country she's been to?" She puts, "I don't. But you just listed every country I would have been to meet my ex-boyfriends." Clear as day, just lying. There is also a comment that magically disappeared, but if that person would like to come forward and mention that they were the one who commented it, feel free. But they commented asking her, "Why would you move to London?" And she ended up responding saying that she has friends that live there. Someone replied saying, "Why not ask your friends about places to live in London instead of asking Chandler?" She then responds and says, "I wanted to ask another American that moved there." That doesn't even make sense, because why would you take advice from an American of where to live in London versus people who are actually from London? And as you all know watching this, mine and this girl's past history, you have literally seen the biggest fallout between us on social media. Even if you ever apologized and we became cordial, why would you ever think that we were going to be friends again? I learned over the years that it was better to be cordial with her because she tended to leave me alone when we were on good terms, versus when I was beefing her, videos were being made about me all the time. Oh, here's the comment where someone said if you had friends there, why ask her and not them? She then responds to her own comment where she says that me trying to bring Spain guy back didn't work out. So I got pregnant by a random dude. That didn't work out. And then I came back to LA. I left my kid, went back to the UK alone, and found current guy. Let's actually dissect this, okay? So she says, I tried to bring Spain guy back home and it didn't work out. Once again, how would she know anything about Spain guy when that was a relationship I had after being friends with her? She then says, I got pregnant by a random dude. I did not get pregnant by a random dude. I know my child's dad. It seems like you kind of watch my content every now and then and you just pick up little pieces of what you want to believe is actually happening that isn't happening. It didn't work out, so I came back to LA. That's actually not why I came back to LA. She goes on to say, I left my kid. Left my kid where? I am his primary caretaker. If you guys watch my vlogs, which obviously it sounds like Homegirl has been doing, then you know that my kid is always with me. I have full custody of my son. The only thing I can think of is when she's saying that he's with his grandparents in a different country and I'm not there, but he's with his grandparents. Why is that your business? Why are you so involved in my business? And also, you guys, this isn't information that you can just Google search on the internet and find out. You would have to be really watching my vlogs to know this information. She then says, I went back to the UK alone. That is true. I did go back to the UK alone because my son was already in the UK with his grandma. How do you know this? She says, I found current guy. That is not true. I didn't find current guy. Current guy found me. But again, how do you know this information? You want to call someone a stalker. This seems pretty stalkerish.
Sure.
You knowing my entire life and we are not friends. Up until now, you found current guy. That's 2025, hun. You've admitted openly that we have not spoken since 2021. Yet everything that you've said has happened after that. How is that possible? 7 of who the fuck did I become friends with? By the way, be patient with me, you guys, because now it is almost 7 p.m. in the UK and I have to get my son ready for bed, bath, dinner, all that. I'm still a mother and that is my first priority. So I will try to finish the series tonight. If not, I'll finish it tomorrow. But honestly, I just want to get it done with today. Yes?
And me sharing that story time, I didn't think he was going to start any beef.
She literally was saying things like, I'm a crazy ex-best friend, I'm a thief, I'm a stalker, trying to wear her face. I think I even saw her respond to comments saying like, I wanted to be with her secretly. What else have I shown you guys so far? That I'm a monitoring spirit, that I'm trying to destiny swap with her. I don't even know what that means, you guys. These freaking new phrases, this generation. But like, you said all those things about me in that video, but you expected me to not have beef with you? Again, ask yourself this, you watching this right now. If someone made a video about you like that, saying things like that about you, things that weren't true as well, 10 years later, you're telling me you wouldn't have a problem with that? You wouldn't think that that was weird? You wouldn't feel insulted and disrespected? This isn't new to me though, you guys. This is what I've dealt with for the last 10 years with this girl. She says things, she manipulates things, and then she tries to play victim like, oh, I didn't mean any harm. Like, I didn't think that there would be any problems because we haven't spoken in 4 years. We haven't spoken in 4 years for a reason. Why are you bringing me up? Someone commented on her page saying, I just don't understand. I thought she was choosing peace, meaning me. She puts, there wasn't even beef. She wanted this low-key. I'm convinced. I wanted you to make a video about me 10 years later filled with lies. I wanted that. You're really trying to convince people that I wanted that. I begged for that. I craved that when I haven't mentioned you in almost 10 years. Not even a drop. I haven't even thrown shade at you. Are you serious? Mind you, this girl has apologized to me in the past and she's deleted her message. So there's no previous message to this, but I'm obviously responding, which you can tell. I'm going to read you the message that this happened. This happened in let me see what's the date. Does it say on there? Let me find it on my phone real quick. 1 second. I'm trying to show you all on my phone, but this is May 2nd, 2019, this conversation that you're looking at right now. Backstory, this conversation that we're having is about her having issues with Daisy. Vanessa did the same thing back then to Daisy. She made a YouTube video where she described someone that looked like Daisy, black hair, bob, and the girl was crazy. Everyone in the comments was commenting, this is about Daisy, this is about Daisy. Started harassing Daisy on her Instagram, and Daisy was like, this isn't about me, like none of this stuff happened. Does this sound like deja vu? I got pulled into the middle of it. That is how this conversation happens, okay? I'm not going to go too deep into that because honestly, draining, but that's the backstory. She had texted me something. Obviously, it was about the conversation with Daisy. Her message is gone, but I responded to her. To hear that you're trying to stay out of drama and do better, I hope that's actually true. So she must have said something like, I'm trying to stay out of drama and do better. I said, but you can't honestly think that the people you did wrong in this life are just going to magically forget what you've done just because you woke up one day and said, I want to change. Damage control doesn't fix what you ruined. You called me a N-word hard R multiple times when we were friends, and I can easily pull up those screenshots. But for once, this isn't my battle to fight. I'm taking down my post because this is the first time that I've ever actually seen you not try to make things worse for yourself. But for your sake, I hope that you stay on that route. Actually do better and become better, because the Vanessa I knew, well, let's just say I wish I hadn't. Bless up. Definitely was living in London at the time. I just called this girl out for calling me the N-word. And what did she respond? Chandler, it's not about Daisy, i.e. the video. And the fact that you jumped in is so disrespectful. And then you can see down there that I respond next. If this girl did not call me the N-word, don't you think if someone called you out for saying like you called me the N-word and I have proof, that you would be like, that never happened? Send me the proof then, show me the proof. She knows what she did. She literally used to call me that all the time. And when you guys are asking for me to post receipts, when I say that I could pull up the screenshots, this was in 2019. I definitely had those screenshots in 2019, but they were text messages. We had each other's phone numbers. She used to text me as we were friends. So the friendship, again, ended in 2017. 2 years later, I still had the same phone. But again, my proof here is that if I called her out about it, why in her response does she not deny it? She never denies it until now that it's brought to the internet. I also want to add that I brought this up to her in private. I didn't even expose her during this time. I was really just trying to move on with my life. And you can kind of hear that in this. I'm saying to her, I wish you were a better person. Like, I hope it's true that you're actually trying to be better. What does it say right here? I hope you stay on that route, actually do better and become better. I was past the bullshit. I was past the drama. Understand that. But like I've said, this girl likes to play victim. That is what she specializes in. She throws stones and hides her hands. Someone else called her out and said, babe, she's, as in me, Chandler, moved on. You should too. This is obsession. She responds, me sharing a story from my past once is obsession? She made a response and I made one back. Now she's trying to spin the narrative like she has before. I'm done though. Are we seeing the same thing, you guys? This is delusion. You sharing a story from your past once is obsession? Yes, because it's 10 years later. We are not friends. I don't F with you. Why are you talking about me? You have talked about me many times in the past. You've even sent me a message saying that you mentioned me in a YouTube video. Good or bad, why is my name in your mouth? We are not friends. And scary enough, the more I say that we are not friends, I get scared for myself because I feel like that triggers her and that makes her like want to make more videos about me because she's so upset that I decided not to be friends with her and I don't want to be friends with her ever again. But let's continue. She says, I made a response. Yes, I responded to the video that you made about me first, and then you made a response back to me. And then you go on to say, I'm trying to spin the narrative. It sounds like you're trying to spin the narrative about how this whole thing started. 10 years later, you started this. I'm just finally finishing it. This is my big finale. I'm done with you. Leave me alone. I hope after all these people see these videos, they'll be done with you as well. The person then responds, yeah, but it's been years. Facts? Why bring it up in the first place? Exactly. It seems like you're doing anything to stay relevant. I loved your story times back when I was in high school, but you're pushing 30. So we can all see it, but she can't. It's time to move on. It seems like you're trying to get her attention because of course she knows it's about her and would respond. Leave her, I think it says alone. Leave her alone or something like that. So some of us have common sense to see that this girl has been antagonizing me, harassing me, and will not leave me alone, right? I didn't ask for her to come make a story time about me 10 years later. And the fact that she's trying to act all innocent, like she had no bad intentions, you'd have to have nothing up here to actually believe that.
Oh my goodness. There's going to be a part 3. Guys, I'm just going to roll out all the videos today of this story because apparently this story is going viral and a lot of people are talking about it. It's a whole conversation. I guess probably because they are big influencers, which I didn't know about them. So, okay. But yeah, let me know what you think about the story so far. What are your thoughts? But please, as always, be respectful, okay? But clearly, like I said in part 1, there are people like this. There are friendships like this that it's just so chaotic. And the truth is that maybe you guys can tell I'm over the story. I'm doing this because of you guys, because some people cannot wait because this other girl, she made it, you can see it's so many parts, so I'm just trying to bring it all in one for you guys. But yeah, but someone like me, I'm over this type of story. Like, honestly, I don't care. Honestly, I don't care. And the truth is that there are people like that. And I personally, I'm in that place where I don't associate myself with this type of energy. Like, even she, I understand she's kind of almost trolling her, so she needs to come defend herself. But someone like me, I won't even defend myself. I will just ignore you because I'm going to focus my energy on doing other things with myself, my time, my energy, than to focus on you that I know you have issues, you know how to distort things, you are obsessive about me. Like, I'm just going to ignore you. Like, honestly. You like drag me from like I'm not even going to answer. That's the energy I'm in now. Like, so she going back and front, I understand sometimes when someone gets into your skin, you just really want to defend yourself, especially when you're being attacked. And you guys know social media can be very, very dicey when it comes to being attacked and all that. But yeah, she has every right to defend herself. But I'm just speaking for myself. I personally, I'll be over this type of drama. A lot of my friends know, like, I want you on, like, I'll just remove myself from the situation and I'm not going to respond ever again. That's just who I am. But anyway, guys, let me know what you think about the story down so far. If you're enjoying it, let me know. But please go down and share your thoughts. Share this video with somebody that you want to know the story or that knows these people. Go on and share the story. It's all well compiled. Part 3 will be up in a couple of, let's say in an hour. Part 3 will be up. So this is why you should subscribe if you haven't subscribed. So share this video with them. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. When you give it likes, it helps my channel. It helps me. That's you supporting me. So give it a thumbs up, okay? And subscribe if you haven't. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Deuces.